I'm saying you finished up.
Or it's a grind, but it's good because you're gonna have the down times. Like, don't get too high on the high times, but don't get too down on the low times. Like, regardless if it's going
And
up or down, you stick to the process. You stick to the system.
stick to running the plays, bro. Like, feel me? Like you said, stick to the system, stick to it. You know what I'm saying? What works. So that's why I'm like, bro. Cause I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been on the little AI shit too, little AI agency shit. Been busting with that shit, trying to shake back from everything. Then that's why I'm like, shit. I gotta like I had to really dial in, bro. Like really had to set up. Like I gotta be back on a shift. You know what I'm saying? 8 through 12 on my AI agency, bro. Then motherfucking 1 through 5, bro. Just be on my calls, bro. Treat it like a job, bro.
Is That's what you got to do, and that's why I feel like with all businesses, especially when you starting something new, because that's what I'm kind of on right now. And you gotta treat it like a job. Like, you gotta have that set schedule like a job, or you're gonna end up being lackadaisical. You're gonna take days off. You're gonna chill because you have the time. Like, nah,
Yeah, man. Nah, you can't even do it, bro. No matter how much you up. Feel me, son. That's why, yeah, Q4, bro. I definitely, we definitely gonna make something shake for sure. So yeah, man. You talk to your boy.
but nah, not yet. But for tonight, we're gonna wait till some more people come in. But we're gonna talk about like what we project these next 3 quarters are gonna look like. Because usually, in the crypto space, quarter 4 is usually when these coins go up. In quarter 4 last year, like literally, I tell this story all the time, but with XRP having 13,000 in it and then seeing it go all the way up to 75 within a short time frame, it was like a 7 to 10 day time frame. Like, that's what happens with these cryptocurrencies that I've noticed since I've been in the game, the last 4 years. It's like a small window, like a 10-day window where they go up like 2,500, 5,000. If you're looking at the US price of it. But, that's why I tell you guys, and I know I wish more people because we need it all ahead. Is like, we got to start buying as much as possible right now. You know, That's why I made that post today about dollar cost averaging and, putting small amounts on a daily basis, weekly basis, yearly basis, monthly basis, right? Whatever your budget could afford, you want to take that money, that weaker currency, and start buying a stronger currency, which would be the XRPs, the Bitcoins, and these other coins that are projected to go up. So just on a consistent basis. You could even put like your own reoccurring buy on these exchanges. So if you want to do it on a daily, weekly basis, so you don't have to think about it, I highly suggest that. Me personally, I like buying it every day because it keeps me like conscious. Like, I know that I'm buying this and I know why I'm buying this too, because I'm buying it for my future self. And that's what y'all got to think too. Like, you're buying this from, or you're buying this, or how they say it, the thoughts and actions you do this year, you experience it next year. So if like you're building up your land business right now, right, you just getting into the game, what you're doing now is really gonna reap a reward next year. Like, you're gonna really see the fruits of your labor a year or 2 years, 3 years down the road. So that's how I think about this cryptocurrency. Like, we're putting our small seeds in now for them to grow into a tree later, to where we don't have to put our time and energy to make money. Because that's the cycle they got us in now. They got us in that cycle where we have to, that hamster wheel, we have to spend our time and energy to gain currency, which is crazy because we're paying taxes, we're dealing with inflation. You know, you have to pay taxes, capital gains, you have to pay all different type of taxes. So what I'm just trying to do with this group is help us get ahead slowly but surely. It's not going to be like, no, overnight, which those can happen. You know, hopefully y'all get a 6, 7 figure deal, you know, but mainly what this is about is slowly and steady getting to that finish line. Like it's truly a marathon. And I noticed that with myself because each year my crypto account will go up each year. I started off at zero, just like some of you guys, you know, but then I started closing deals, started putting money in. I'm seeing others around me making 6 figures from crypto. I'm like, I want to do that as well. I don't want to just make 6 figures from land. I don't want to just be grinding it out. So that's why it's important to slowly buy. I would say buy every single day. If you could buy, if you could afford $1 of XRP and $1 of Bitcoin a day, and that could be your steady cycle, I'm telling you, do it. Start it now. All right. So we got my boy Gibbs. I know we got a couple new people, so just want to kind of give him an introduction. You know, Gibbs, met him out in Tampa, and literally from the first time meeting him, you know, we actually met at Mills uh, real estate event, right? But from knowing him, he's been telling me to buy XRP, XRP, XRP. Like he loved XRP. And, you know, it took me a while because I was invested in Ethereum, Solana at this point, making good money on that as well over the time period. But I'm like, they're not going up as quickly as I wanted to go, right? So he's been telling me. Eventually, I gave in. I put 13,000 in XRP around probably early September of last year, 2024, and November of 2025. It was literally every single day for that 10-day window I was telling y'all. It was going to 5,000, 7,000. It felt like I was closing real estate deals. That's how the money was coming in. And, you know, it went up to 75. So in a short time frame, like I said, I put it in September and I got that return in November. So that's why it's important to start doing this now. You might not have 10,000, 13,000 to play with, like how I did at that time, but it's important to start putting small amounts in so you get into the habit. Like we are creatures of habit. We're going to do what we repeatedly do. So make it a habit of investing $1 a day because that dollar is going to go a long way. Like I told you guys, $1 gets you 890 Satoshis, which is Bitcoin dollars, if you think of it like that. So you're really stacking up a good amount every day with $1. So start doing that today. But Gibbs, what's good, bro? How you been? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Everything's been good, man. Just been traveling a little bit too much, man. Back, you know what I'm saying? Glad to be back home, man. Just lock in for the fourth quarter, bro. Like you said, usually fourth quarter, a lot of things get crazy, it gets crazy. And you know, right now is the time where we all need to dial in and just lock in with ourselves and just at this point, man, just get right, man. So just like literally like what I've been on, man. Just getting back to the swing of things and just coming to an understanding. Like have my fourth quarter goals down already, have my October goals down as well. So yeah, now it's just time just to lock in, man, and just get to it.
Sure. So Candace posted this earlier in the academy.
Hmm.
So I wanted to kind of break this down and why you think this would be a big issue within these next couple upcoming days for XRP.
So no, that's a great question. So ETFs. So There's probably, I think, I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's over either a little bit under 20 or a little bit over 20, or a little bit over 20 of XRP filings that are in place right now. They haven't been approved just yet, but I think the deadlines are this upcoming month in October. So for people who don't know like what ETFs are, that just stands for I always forget it every single time. Exchange traded funds, I believe. So practically what it is a company, let's just say an investment company like Vanguard or BlackRock or I'm trying to think Fidelity, companies like that. They will create these type of products for their clients or their customers where they will practically or create a fund and they will own, let's just say in this regard, they will own a bunch of XRP coins. And you as a client will buy shares of that ETF. So you wouldn't necessarily own any XRP, but you will own the shares of the ETF. So XRP can be at, I think right now it's at $2.85. The share price of the ETF could be, let's just say, $5. So, like I said, you don't necessarily own the actual crypto, but you own shares of that fund. And why I'm not a big fan of like ETFs myself, like for me to invest into is because I want to have ownership of the actual coin instead of a investment company like BlackRock or Fidelity who will own it. But this is also great as well because, like I said, it's a fund, so they are buying XRP as well. So this means a lot of money is being poured into the XRP token itself. So it's kind of a win-win situation for all parties. Now, what I mean by that is a win-win situation for like me and you guys who are buying XRP. It's a win-win situation for people that's buying funds. I mean, not funds, but shares of the ETF. Then, of course, it's a win-win for, even like the investment firms that are putting money towards, well, not putting money towards, but putting money into XRP itself. So that's why I think in October we should see a nice spike within the market, but also we could see a pullback. We just never know. But like I mentioned, the filing deadlines where the SEC, as you guys can see here, they have to make a decision to either approve the actual ETF is like majority of them are in October. So that's why we see a lot where a lot of people are talking about, instead of saying October, they're saying Uptober. So we shall see, like I said, like we may see a pullback or we may see a huge spike. But that's one thing that in the crypto market, nobody can ever time it. So yeah.
Right. And then to piggyback on the ETFs, from my knowledge of them, they're basically making it easier for others to buy it and not have to think about the safety portion of it. So, like, let's say my grandmother, she's nervous about crypto because she doesn't want to get scammed. And I understand. So, I would tell her to go to the ETF route where they basically control her Bitcoin, but she feels more safe because it's with a hedge fund, basically. So, and then on top of that, like Gibbs was saying, the main portion of crypto is the decentralization, which means that you have full control of your money, right? When you're centralized, the banks have control of your money. When you're decentralized, you have control of your money. So with cryptocurrency, if you watch our last call, if you watch in the training videos, our last crypto call, I was showing you guys how to take the money off the exchange and put it into the ledger. Your ledger is what you use to take self custody. It's your wallet. Like if you have a physical wallet, that is your crypto wallet. All right. So ETFs, let's say if you're older, you may go the ETF route because you may not want to take self custody of your Bitcoin. So it just it just allows people to buy those investments, and they're like the middleman of that, and they're buying like a Bitcoin, they're buying thousands of Bitcoin, not thousands, but probably hundreds, thousands of Bitcoin a day, and going back into supply and demand. The less supply of something, the more demand for it. With Bitcoin, it's capped at 21 million. Think of it. And then 6 million is probably like lost. Like people don't probably have their wallet. They lost their wallet or whatever, right? So it's a very limited supply. And that's why this quarter 4, we're going to see some big changes, I feel, right? Because we're still in that bull run cycle. So this is like the last year of the bull run, they would say, where prices like steadily go up before it corrects. So if they're saying that this is like the last year of that bull run cycle, it usually shoots up the highest at the end of the bull run cycle. So this is why, like, I feel like if you guys have a little bit more saved up in your bank account, instead of doing $1, maybe do 5, maybe do 10, because today's price is not going to be tomorrow's price. And what I mean by that, when Bitcoin is 200,000, it's only gonna $1 is only gonna get you probably like 500 satoshis, which is still a good amount, but it's gonna be less than 890 that you could get right now. So this is why I need y'all to start thinking in like investor type mentality, because it's not going to make a huge change right now, right? No real investments really change things immediately unless you get a smoking deal. But over time, you're going to experience those changes or experience those changes. So it's best that you do it right now. Like every week, we're going to post our Bitcoin XRP buys. I want y'all to start, joining that. Start posting your screenshots of like what you bought for the week, so you could consistently hold yourself accountable on buying these currencies. Like I said, even $1 a day is something. All right. So yeah. So Gibbs, XRP, what you thinking these next 3 months? What right now? What price is it right now?
I think it's at like either 282 or 285. But I think in the next couple months, this is one or two things that could happen. And so I think what could possibly happen is we may see before the year is over with, we may see both a a huge dump in the market to where, Bitcoin goes below 100, XRP may go below $2. And I mean, just a lot of different coins being just liquidated out of the market, a lot of money being liquidated out of the market. But going into towards the end of the year, we may see a pump where Bitcoin may hit new all-time highs. I think probably like around like 130, maybe 140. And XRP could hit probably like around uh three upwards towards $3.50, maybe $4. I mean, just being realistic, you know what I mean? Because I mean anything
Yeah,
can happen. But actually now that it's on my mind, I wonder what happened with that bet between you and P.
I got that cash app.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, realistically, I mean, we could still see a $7 XRP as well, but I do feel like we might, or if we don't see a dump in the market, we may see a huge spike in the market. So I can see new all-time highs for like
I
really,
just I just think with all the marketing behind it as well, like
yeah.
so many people are learning about these different coins. Like I
Mhm.
was in the elevator recently, and whenever I hear Bitcoin XRP, my senses heighten, and they
Yeah.
just talking about it. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like more people are becoming accustomed to it. They talk about their wallets and stuff. I'm like, yo, people are learning. So that's why it's also important too, because it's like as more people hear about it and they hear about the returns and then they start seeing returns, they start telling their family members, they start telling their friends. They start telling their colleagues, you know? Like
Yeah,
my whole family, I don't know about you, Gibbs, but a good portion of my family, they're invested in XRP, Bitcoin. These, you know
uh,
what I'm saying?
I try to get my family involved, man, but their main thing is, well, how do I get it off? How do I, how do I sell it? How do I get it off? It's all fake, and it's just like, okay, I just don't even argue with them. I just let them miss the train, man. I try, but I ain't gonna beg somebody to invest into something that I done, made a nice piece of change in, man. So I just let it be, man. But ultimately, man,
I ain't gonna lie, my cousins that are around my age, I'll be begging them. I have to, because we still young, bro.
yeah,
Like we getting the opportunity of the Apples, the Teslas when it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, like, even if you're not making six figures or high 80, 90K, you start investing in these coins in 5 years, you're gonna be up, even with a regular job. So I'm like, even if y'all not doing land, you could still be investing. Yeah, it might take you a little bit longer, but you still gonna get there. And that's what's important. Is it might take you 10 years. Who knows? But it's better than waiting 60 years, still working at Walmart, right? So it's like we gotta start doing it now, especially if you're young and you watching this. Like, please do it for yourself. Like small amounts. You don't have to kill the bank, right? Small amounts. And then when you get a deal, put a little bit more. Treat yourself because you're going to be treating your future self. You
yeah.
want 2030, Eli to be living way better than 2025. That's how I think. So this is why I started early and now I'm reaping the benefits now. Because now once you have more money invested, you get higher returns based off of the percentage. We all experience the same percentage, whether you got one Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin, 1,000 Bitcoin. When it goes up 50, 60, 70%, we all experience that. But because they have more money in, they experience higher returns. So that's why you got to slowly start doing it now so you could get into that habit. And then once you start making the real money, now you know what to invest in. Now you already have that conviction. And that's what is super important. It's like you're learning about money before you make the money that you're spending all your time for. Does that make sense? Like you learning what you're using your time and your energy for, how, like what that money does. So that's why, like, to me, learning about the cryptocurrency, all it's doing is taking out the old and with the new. The old was the US dollar. I don't even remember the last time I had a nickel. Like it's almost over. Now, it might happen sooner, it might happen later, but it's still going to happen. So it's like learn about it now by continuously joining these calls. Because whatever I learn, I'm giving it to y'all. That's all I'm doing. I'm watching, different videos, looking up how billionaires. I like watching billionaires on interviews on YouTube. That's kind of like my thing. I don't know. It's like I'm in the room without being in the room. So I'm just picking up on what they're doing, their strategies, and just letting y'all know. I feel like I'm just like the vessel that's explaining, and then offer experience. That's why I have Gibbs come on here, because when a quick backstory on the story, I had a choice. Do I? Because the bank see how much I had in the bank, so they was telling me, like, put the money in the investment with the bank. So I took 20,000 and did that. And that 20,000 within like 6 months ain't make me nothing, like $6 or something. That's when I took the 13,000 out and put it into XRP. So That's what I'm just saying that to say, like, you got to start taking action on things that you are learning. Because if I didn't take action on the things that Gibbs was telling me, I mean, I still would be good, but shit, who don't want an extra 60K basically, like to end the year off? I remember door dashing. It took me like so many drives, deliveries just to make, $200. So that's why it's important that we start doing it now at the time that we are now, as we're learning it, start investing. Telling you, once you close a couple deals with me, because we've been working lately too. That's why I wish more people was on this call, because I wanted to give a shout out to a couple people. Like, y'all are grinding right now. We got 4 deals locked up today. 4 deals locked up today. Like, keep going, keep going. Let's fill the pipeline, because that money that we get from these deals, we're gonna put it right into these investments. We're gonna take that 5, 10,000 and flip it into 20, 30, 40, 50. That's the goal, right? So anybody got any questions before we keep going? Kind of wanna, yeah. So October, I think possibly like, I would say like 15%, 15 to 20%. I'm predicting. I think November is when it's going to really shoot up. So I feel like the same thing as last year. December is going to cool down, and then January will be like a cool down. That's why I think like right now is the best time to put your money in. Like, I've been, every deal I close this month, I put it straight into Bitcoin, because if it sits in a bank, it's not going to do nothing. If it's sitting in a bank, they like to say the bank is like melting ice cubes. So money in the bank is just melting over time. But you put it into these investments, they're soldiers, they're working for you now. Every Satoshi is working for me. That's why I tell you guys, I don't measure my net worth in US dollars no more. I'm thinking years ahead. Yeah, it's not completely right now, but I'm thinking of Satoshis, because it's a limited supply. It's a better money, it's more durable. We could go to the airport with 100,000 in Bitcoin and be able to exchange, but we can't do that with cash. If we got to transfer, like, there's so many things, but I don't want to go keep ranting. I get passionate about this stuff, because shit, I see my account, like, I'm making 6 figures a year from crypto right now. Like, it took 2.5 years to get to that point, but now, as long as that money is in it, it's gonna be making 6 and 7 figures, y'all. I started at zero. 2020 is when I closed my first real estate deal. 2021 is when I started investing into crypto. So 2021 to 2025, that's 4 years. A lot can happen in 4 years if you start investing now. And then just imagine another 4 years on top of that. So that's why I need y'all to stay in this group too, because I'm not just growing, we growing together. We gonna see each other, our buys in Bitcoin, our land deals closed, our whatever we're doing, and growing together. So uh, you got anything, Gibbs?
I mean, like he said, like right now is like, I mean, like I said as well, it's like right now is like the best time just to lock in, not even just for now, but just for your future. Because I mean, we're still early. Like there's only I think only close to $4 trillion that's in the market. If you really realize how little $4 trillion is in the world, that's not a lot of money. That that's the whole world is worth more than $5 quadrillion.
Think of real estate. real estate holds 360 trillion, I believe.
So just imagine that's crypto itself is only close to 4 trillion. That is nothing. That's nothing. That's
That's a
penny.
baby.
Yeah, that's a baby, and we're dealing with digital money. Anytime one of the most valuable thing in the world, not just time or whatever, but is money. Money is what runs the world, and we're still so early. So that's why, whenever we get on, these crypto calls, it's like it's also I look at it, it's like it's a mindset call as well. Like, but right now is the best time because we gotta dial in. Like we're not considered institutional investors. We're considered retail. We're only getting pieces of the crumb of the pie. We ain't getting I don't even think we're getting a slice of the pie. We're getting a little bit of the crumb of the crumble. So it's just right now, you guys have a direct pipeline to make so much money from wholesaling land, getting into the crypto space, investing into the right coins, and living life for the rest of your life because you was an early investor. If you guys knew that PayPal, Apple, um, Google were going to be these multi-trillion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies in 2025, would you invested it back in the dot-com boom back in 2000, early 2000s or 1999, 98? I was born in 98, so I don't know, but if if it was me, yeah, I
Right.
definitely would. So like right now, where we got social media involved, we're able to connect with
Way quicker.
way quicker. Then yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody would say, yeah, if I would have known that Google and everybody else would have been who they are today, I would have invested.
It's
So,
like it's like also with it being like $4 trillion market of cryptocurrency. It's like, damn, if you could get in that 4 trillion, you don't understand how early you are. Like, don't wait until it's 50 trillion, 60 trillion, or
see,
when our kids, if you have kids, once they're adults, where it's like 150 trillion, get in when it's 4 trillion, so you can
literally,
experience, hopefully thousands or millions from that, because that's what happens.
and man, not even just that. Like guys, I want y'all to know, like they're putting so many, they're opening up the doors. They're opening up so many doors to the crypto space, retirement funds, people's pensions, people's 401ks. I mean, Trump has came out. I mean, I know a lot of us are like, F Trump and which, but in cases like this, it's just like damn, okay. But also, it's not even just Trump, but the whole world that's wanting to utilize crypto itself. There's so many different doors is opening up to crypto. It's crazy. So you got to think about the amount of money that's going to flood in. That's why I want to keep on reiterating 3-4 trillion dollars is pennies. Is like in the eyes of how much money there is in the world, how much value it is in the world, it is pennies compared to how much money it is to the world. So that's why I just want you guys to understand, like right now is the best time to get in here, do what you got to do. If you guys are cold callers, if you guys got a system, or if you guys are doing anything else that's generating money every single day, week, or every month, please just put some money to the side for this, man. And I mean, and because you're gonna be thinking to yourself years down the road, and then from there it's just like damn, like you made it, because even though we're still early, in 2030 is really whenever it's going to be a whole new world, and that's only four four and some change years away. Like it ain't even considered 5 years away. It's like 4 years and some change now. That ain't shit. That's somebody going through high school from freshman year to senior year. That ain't nothing. And that goes by quick. So it's just like I just want you guys to understand, like right now, Q4 is the best time to dial in and get to it. So
Man,
so
they
yeah.
say we in a digital gold rush right now.
Literally.
Like, this is that opportunity. Like these next 4 years, really, I would say these next like 6 to 10 years could really set somebody up for generations. With the prices that we're gonna get now, we're gonna be like looking at it 5 to 10 years from now, like, God, like, damn, we have these opportunities. So that's why it's like get it now and then make it a habit to stay in these markets now. Because once you do that, you're gonna be buying at the bottom and the top, but you're gonna be in it throughout the whole journey. You're gonna reap that when that 4 trillion goes to 10 trillion, then goes to 20 trillion, then goes to 60 trillion. You'll be making money in every single one of those brackets because you started now. You get what I'm saying? So I get excited about this because it's like, you know, 10 years from now, 15, 20, I want to be retired. I want to be chilling. I do not want to be old and still working. And if, you know, you're in that boat, it's okay. You got to start now too. You know, you could build something 4 or 5 years. That's not a long time. Like we all experienced that. I'm 31 now. You know how fast from 30 to 31 happened, it felt like this. So I'm like, I know 35 is gonna feel so fast, but I'm gonna be prepared for it. And the only way to do that is by being prepared now for it, you know. So just feel like we all gotta do the same thing. But Thursday, we're gonna have our land call. I believe I'm having somebody come on. They're talking about mailing, and I wanted to kind of talk about that because I think the cold calling has been working for you guys from the messages that I've been getting or the click ups. But I also want us to maybe start mailing. You know, maybe some of you guys want to go that route and it might work for you because, like I told you guys, these are going to be the same areas that we're going to be focusing on next month, the next month, and the following month from that. And, you know, if we could better this system of reaching out to these people, following up, you know, we could get more deals coming through. You know, hopefully I could close 2, 3, 4 deals with each one of you guys, you know, but they're looking for 40. Some months they're looking for 40 lots. Some months they're looking for 20. Some months they only looking for 5. But the months that they're looking for 40, 20, 30 lots, we have to capitalize on it. It's like guaranteed money. And it's not even that hard because the system is kind of easy. You just have to work the system. And once you work the system, similar like I said, Omar, we about to close. We just closed on 2 deals. We got 2 more closing. Like it's simple. You just have to do it. So let's get really good on those areas. If you're in the dialed in program, call those areas in the buyer's criteria. That's going to be the list for the buyers, or the buyer I'm looking at specifically. You have all those lists open for you. You know, try to lock up as many deals as possible. We repeat this cycle every single month. At the end of the month and the first week of the new month, we calling these lists hard, reaching out to these people. And then after that, when they fill up, this is where we branch out, look to do something different for, you know, a week or two. You know, that could be cold calling acres, that could be uh, cold calling in North Carolina, getting leads over there. But once soon that end of the month happens, we back on this cycle. You know, you already got your follow-ups. We lock up deals, close the deals, buy Bitcoin, buy XRP, repeat that cycle. And that's like kind of like that could be the branch of your empire too, because that's my empire. Closing deals, you know, helping you guys out, doing other businesses on the side, but putting all that into these cryptocurrencies. As soon as money comes in, it goes out straight into these. I'm buying my future, buying my future. I'm buying time. When I buy these coins, I feel like I'm buying time. I'm taking the money and I'm buying time. Taking the money, buying time. And that's what I want you guys to do too. So I'll talk to you guys Thursday. Wednesday is the REI Cash call. If you guys are starting to use REI Cash, if you are texting these different areas, I will highly suggest you use REI Cash just because it's going to save you the time and it's going to have like a CRM that you could follow up as well. But join their call tomorrow. Ask questions, learn the system so you could get the texting. You could be cold calling with me. You could be sending direct mail yourself. Now you have multiple different ways to make money on these areas. I already have a buyer. All right. So y'all do that. And I'll see y'all Thursday. All right, Gibbs. I'll talk to you, bro.
All right, bro.